After days of isolation, recovering from COVID, and deliberation, consulting with his family and a handful of friends, U.S. President Joe Biden made his historic announcement on X. He'll no longer seek the Democratic nomination for president. I believe it's in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term.
I was so deeply moved by the president's powerful and poignant statement, which was truly courageous and visionary. President Biden has been one of the greatest, most courageous, and consequential presidents of American history.
The calls for Biden to drop his bid for a second term exploded last month after what many critics described as a disastrous debate performance against former U.S. President Donald Trump. In stepping down, Biden immediately endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris to be the Democratic nominee. Harris responded saying, "I'm honored to have the president's endorsement, and my intention is to earn and win this nomination."
Kamala Harris is the easiest pick based on the fact that she's vice president, and I think it would be tough for the party to try to go a different direction than that.
His performance has been a debacle. I think that it made the public very nervous.
The Democratic National Convention is just a month away. Biden had secured the most delegates to win the party's nomination. With Biden gone, those delegates don't automatically pass to Harris. It's now what's known as an open convention, with delegates free to support the candidate of their choice. Harris already has two powerful endorsements: former U.S. President Bill Clinton and former First Lady and the first female nominee for president, Hillary Clinton. But former U.S. President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama have not endorsed Harris. In a statement, Obama writes, "The party will be navigating uncharted waters in the days ahead." Republicans are threatening to challenge Joe Biden's decision to step down. They argue a president no longer fit to be the nominee should also no longer be running the country. Kimberly, Halkett, Al Jazeera, the White House.
And let's bring in our correspondent, Kristen Saloomey. She's joining us live from New York. It's a fast-moving story, Kristen. Just bring us up to speed with who's come out in support of Kamala Harris and who's been notably silent so far.
Well, we are seeing a lot of Democrats try to rally around Vice President Kamala Harris and declaring their support. In recent hours, many of the state party leaders and some state delegations have come out in favor of her and thrown their support behind her. States like Kentucky and Tennessee saying that their delegates are ready to get behind her, as was requested by President Joe Biden. We've also seen Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, who himself ran for president in the last election, going behind Kamala Harris. Senators like Elizabeth Warren, who also ran for president in 2020, backing Harris. Former President Clinton, Hillary Clinton also backing her. Again, this attempt to show growing support and unity by some in the party, but with some notable exceptions. People like the former President Barack Obama, who had expressed his thanks to Joe Biden for stepping down and doing what was right for the country, but not going as far as endorsing Harris at this time. Also, Senator Chuck Schumer from here in New York, where I am, very important leader of the party, has not formally come out and endorsed Harris yet as well. And of course, with all of this happening in the Democratic Party, attempting to get its affairs in order, you have the Republicans coming out and going on the attack, already putting out attack ads, taking on Harris and her record that they are contending with as well.
And certainly we can expect a lot more of that in the lead up to the, not just the election, but the Democratic National Convention that's taking place next month in Chicago. What else are we expecting, Kristen?
Well, I think the key question in the coming days is going to be, will Harris continue to get endorsements and gain and rack up more supporters? Will they get behind her, or will these attacks by the Republicans take some steam out of her way forward? Who will be her vice president is something that people will be looking to see. We've certainly seen support coming towards her from people who've been rumored to be in the running as a running mate for Harris, or even as a potential challenger to Harris. People like Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, the governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, two people who've been rumored to be more centrist Democrats that could help get independent candidates or independent voters to lean more Democrat, something that they're going to need if they're actually going to win this election against Donald Trump come November.
Kristen, thank you very much for that. For now, that's Kristen Saloomey with the latest. She's live in New York.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.